first thing I'm going to look at is identity. And that's making sure that the usernames and passwords are using in the cloud are as secure as possible. In most cases, people are using synchronized identities, where they synchronize the passwords and the usernames from the on-prem AD. So making sure that the cloud entry points are as secure as possible is really, really key. So the M365 licenses will give you access to what's known as Azure AD Premium, and that will unlock the capabilities around conditional access and multi-factor authentication. This, in my opinion, is sort of the most fundamental thing that you can be doing to protect yourselves in this cloud-first world. As we mentioned at the beginning, one of the most common hacking attacks is via weak passwords or known passwords, etc. By turning on conditional access and MFA, you can very, very quickly stop those attacks before they even happened. So you can have a number of combinations in how you structure that. So the example I always give is what we do at Cloud Direct. Quite a simple setup, but it does the job. So if I'm in the office, which is a trusted location on a trusted device, my work laptop, I'm not going to get an MFA prompt. If I then bring that same device home, I'm in an untrusted location, but I've got a trusted device, I'm going to get MFA'd. And again, that can work with trusted devices, non-trusted devices, etc. And you can build up various different rules. One of the key things that doesn't really get spoken about too much is also the Azure AD application proxy. And that's a mechanism to help you publish on-premise environments and still use that conditional access and MFA via Azure AD. So, for example, you can publish Horizon View from the VDI point of view via Azure Application Proxy, and that will then integrate with the conditional access and MFA to ensure that you've still got those access controls on those sorts of environments. So yeah, I'll just talk through a couple of examples here. So let's let this build out quickly. If you've got a user who's just a sales rep, he's based in London, he's on his mobile device, and he last signed in five hours ago, he's using a device that's fully patched and it's managed and it's last seen in London, it's going to be seen as a low risk. You're going to allow access, and he's accessing a line of business application. If you've got a user that has it's in the executive users group, so that's flagged as a sensitive group, for example, again, London-based, last seen 5 hours ago, the device is healthy and was last seen in London. Because of the sensitivity of the group, MFA is required, and they're also accessing a sensitive application as well. So so in that basis, that scenario would trigger an MFA prompt for that user. If you then go back to the first example where that user account, London-based, last seen 5 hours ago, but this time it's being accessed via a browser, which is anonymous, potentially seen in Asia. Straight away, the conditional access is flagged as high risk, basically because the anonymous IP and it's an unfamiliar sign-in location for this user. Straight away, the access is blocked, and you can actually configure behavior to force password reset as well. So the user then has to change their password to minimize any potential risks going forward.